Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Today we're going to discuss the position management. We're going to see today, I just recall that business rules. But more than how create a business rule may be the application for a job requisition, job application. Business rules comes in general. It depends upon how you're going to use it. But I'm going to show you how to apply a business rule. A business rules are known. It comes under position management. It covers within the position management. We will discuss on that. And then we will be discussing. Go on. Objects will also come under position. But just to clarify, I'm talking about the functionality recruiting rules. Sorry, recruiting. Yes, that will come. We will discuss on that. There is a quiz. We'll discuss on that. And then we're going to discuss on agency setup. And then we're going to cover all those things. Let's start with position management. You know about the position management. Are you aware of position management? What exactly is position management? The difference, like the management of the object position, like which is the right. Position management is part of EC. It comes under Employee Central. What exactly is position? Position is there's no particular definition for it. To position is something which is particular to only one employee. Position consists of lots of details in the job center location, who's the hiring manager, which company it belongs to, which legal entity it belongs to, which division, which department. Basically, position is a part of Employee Central in position management. You don't have to do anything under the position management. It is done by Employee Central consultant. What you're going to do as a recruitment consultant is whatever the objects are used under position management that you want to copy for recruiting. But it consider this is one position which is created by Employee Central people. This position has a lot of details in that. What is the job data, your position title, or what is the employee gas, or what is the pay grade? What is the job level? What is the employment temperature, regular or temporary? You have all these details, and also it consists of company, business unit, division, department, location, call center. As a work employee, central people we do is they create this as an object. These are all objects. Location is an object. Department is an object. Division is an object. Business is an object. Company is an object. What happens is, if you are creating a position using a position, then these data will be carried to the position. When you are creating a position, you don't have to manually type it. The values of this point. Basically, the position will consist of these details when you are creating a requisition. This will auto-populate these values in the job requisition. That is the idea behind the use integrating between the position management and recruiting. That is the reason position management is integrated with RCA. See, here there are different values, right? Company, division, department, location, business unit, country, and all. Instead of manually typing, if I'm a recruiter, I'm creating a requisition. Instead of me selecting requisition details manually, what I can do is, if the position management is integrated, I can go to org chart. Then I can go to that particular position which is created by MQS Central. What I will do is I will go and create a job requisition. I'm going to create it. What happens is, now the job requisition is created. I'll go here, job requisition details. I just click on this. It will show me the newly created requisition. Here, if you see here, I'm not able to see when you click like any pop-up window. No, there won't be any pop-up window. Once you click on Create Requisition, it says Requisition Created. Then if you scroll down in the position, this is the position. No, I mean that you click on a card right next to the idea of the job requisition. Can you click there? Is something that you would like to show me. There. Oh, you haven't opened the job requisition. This is the one which opens after clicking on that requisition ID. This is a new requisition. See here, roadmap is impending. What you can notice is data is already populated. Right. Company, division, department, location, business unit. All most of the details are already repopulated. From where this is coming, cost center, company, location, department, and business side. It is coming from the position. Now let's see how to do it. First thing is in provisioning. You have to use position management in recruiting. this, you have to enable the provision. You just have to click on the check mark once you do it. Then after that, you have to check with your easy consultant. See, this is mainly done by easy people. We don't have to worry much about it. I'm just giving you as your information. Position my MQS entry. People will create this as an object. Once you decided you want these details in your requisition, what you do is you go to your Manage Templates, Job Requisition. You're going to add these fields as an object. If I go here Manage Templates, I'm going to add this company division business unit fields as an object field. I will click Add. And here I have a standard field. I will select standard. Then here if I scroll down, there are objects. See cost center object. Underscore object 2, is there right? Underscore object means these are all objects which can be added. These are the data which you can get from position management cost center. You can get it like department underscore object. You can get it object. Division underscore object. You can get it as an object. For example, I'm going to just consider department object. I added this as an object. We need to select type as an object. Here we have object. I'm going to say department. The rest of the things remain same. Only difference is we are selecting field as an object field. That's all. You're clear to know. See position management. It's part of an easy. If you have easy, then only you can use it. What is the advantage of having the position management? You can copy certain data from the position itself, that when you're creating a reposition, you don't have to manually take the data. Now, second thing, how to get the details from that. First, you have to whatever fields are present in the position, same fields you need to create in the recruiting as an object field. If department is present in position, you need to come and create an department object field. But question, because I am seeing the object position has a lot of more fields and the requisition of calling just the organization fields. We define which object do we need for the requisition that you are usually the same. No. Business unit department. We have only few objects. Objects are department object. And then you have business unit object. You can see it here. Then cost, center object and department object, division object. These are the standard things which we do it. Apart from it, what we do is, this is legal entity object and location object. Only these fields. You can get it as an object. Recruitment is not completely based off, is not MDF module like MDF Central. Only part of recruiting module is MDF. What are the part of MDF recruiting modules? These are this location, department, division, business unit, cost center. If you want these fields to be in your requisition, then you can do it. This is your wish. If you want it, you want. If you want, you can do it. If you don't want it, then that's fine. The only difference is when you're creating the requisition, the data automatically flows. If you want it, you can do it. If you don't want it, then that's fine. That can be the kind of wish, whatever they prefer. You got the concept. Apart from these objects, you can get your title, also your job title or something like that. That is also possible. You need to map it. For that mapping, do we need to create a business rule or? No, we just have to map it. I'll show you. This is done. You got the point right. For object fields, you have to object. Rest of the things remain same. Let's go to that. That is the thing that we call on the job requisition template. There is something like that, like BTR. Sorry, I didn't get to this. Let me just open. Derived is normal. When you're using without MQS entry, then derived will come into picture. If you're using MQS entry in position management, then objects will come into picture. There are two things. But are these objects which are derived? Object is different. Derived is something different. Object comes when you are using MQS entry in your system. Derived is when you don't have a MQS entry. It's just a basic RCM system you have. There is no MQS entry. There is no enhancement involved or integration involved. It's just a simple plain RCM. See, nowadays, most of the people will be having MQS entry. They will be using the object fields. Derived is something which you are using when there is no position management involved. If I'm using derived, then in managed templates, here I'm going to use just a normal field, not an object field. Let me show you. See, division is there, object is there, right? If I'm using division, then I'm going to use derived here. If I'm using division object, then I'm going to use this object here. Got? Sorry, can you repeat? I think the internet just cut off a little. If I'm adding a field, there are two things. If you can see here, division is there. Division underscore object is there. Can you see? If I'm using a field, then I'm going to use it as a derived type. If position management is there, MQS central is there, then division field. I'm going to use it as object field. Then division object will come into picture. Then I'm going to change from derived to object. Thank you. Now we are clear about how we define the fields for object. Right. Now we go to how do we integrate this. If when you are doing it, you cannot do it, you need MQS Central Consultant help for this. Because they are very versed with the business rules. They are very versed with the integration. from you. What you can do is you can say in my job requisition, I need these fields as an object. Fields from position management. What we do is we're going to search for position management. And then here we have integration. We're going to click on it. Basically, this will be done by MQS Central. I'm just giving you for your information. Here you go on. Enable this use recruiting management integration. There are two important things when it comes to this integration. To business rules, you have to write to business. Rule defines which position template to use. Second business rule will defines what are the fields you want to map to requisition. Got. In position management, you're going to write two business rules. One is to identify which is the requisition template to use. Second one is which are the fields to auto-populate when you sign up the requisition. The first one is this business rule. Business. If you can see here, this will be normally done by MQS Central. Not to worry about it. You just have to give them the details. What is your requisition name? Here there are two requisitions. If position is now, this is a standard one. You don't have to do anything. Then you have to specify your job requisition name. I do this, or if you have one more and then again they're going to put else, they're going to give that another requisition name. We have to define all the job requisitions that we have. And we like to integrate with position, right? If you have a number of requisitions, you can define a number requisitions. If you want certain requisitions don't want to be integrated, then you can ignore it. But whichever want to be integrated, you can just come and give the names of it. You can keep on adding your things. Now let's come to the second business rule. This is the business rule, which defines which are the fields to be mapped. Here, if you can see, these are the different requisitions within my system. You can see right. Standard job requisition, basic job requisition, standard job requisition, job requisitions. Then here comes the position. If the position, what they are doing is job title from the position, they're mapping to job title from the requisition. They're mapping to position title from the position involved. Adding manager from the position from the requisition is mapped to hiring manager mentioned in the position management. Next comes the C, a division object created in job requisition. That is mapped to division code present in the position. Their mapping. This is the RCM part. This is the position management part. Can you add another like option just to check? Because my question is why, if they're mapping, is because the data is going from position to recruiting. Why the recruiting is first? Maybe I just have to see. The reason why it is going, because you want to make your job simple. If I am creating a requisitions manager, how I'm going to do? I'll just go here. I will go to recruiting. I will click on. If I'm creating a requisition, how will be creating? I will go to recruiting. Then I need to go to job requisition. Then I need to go and click on create new. Then I need to go and click on requisition. Then I need to give the title. Now I need to say to all these people. I need to click on next. And then what happens is, I need to give all the details here. Job day, job level is not coming. Job status is not coming. Pay grade is not coming. All this position number is not coming. Cost center is not coming. I need to select manually. All this pay type is not coming. Currency is also in order to mitigate this to make life simple. What we're doing is, I will just go to I will just go to our chart. I just go to a particular position. And I'm going to just create it. The number of efforts involved is very less. Now, if I go to that particular job requisition, now if I see the particular job requisition, most of the data is already pre-filled for me. Cost center has come. Everything has come. Pay type has come. Employment type has come. There can be manual errors also, which may happen that we also mitigate. It depends upon if they really want to do it, they can do it. If they don't want to do it, then that's fine. But this is the concept of them. Let's redefine it. Position management is part of EC. The reason you are integrating. The reason for integrating is make it simple. What are things you can do with? Basic things are object fields. These are all created in the base. What are objects you have position? Position, object you have location. Object you have division, department, business unit, cost center. These are the basic things. How you're going to add it into recruiting? First, you need to create object. Acquisition. Next, what you want to do? You want to enable position. Provision. What you want to do? You will go to position. Position management settings, and then you want to add to business. Tell me what are the two businesses? Hi, I can hear you. I'm ordering. Can you tell me which are the two businesses? Well, the name, I don't recall it right now, but that's the purpose of it. Yes, one. We define the job requisitions that will be affected will be pulled information from the position. The information from the position object. And the second one is which objects from position are going to be pulled in which fields in job requisition. These are the basic concept. Now you're clear on that. See, most of the things in position management is involved. That employee-centered team will take care of it. But you should be having a basic knowledge on that if anything comes, any discrepancies there, you can communicate. I have seen in my previous company something like, for example, like that if the job requisition is, sorry, I'm not. Maybe I'm going. You're going to explain this, but just to give you an example is, like for example, if you select the job requisition, the standard job requisition, and the country is USA, the system pulled information for second recruiter and let's say recruiter name like. Automatically we can define like that can be defined. I think I already showed you that here in this business room. See your hiring manager. This requisition field is based out of hiring manager. And this manager position is coming from the employee center position management. Basically, what it is means in position management, they should define who is the manager for this position in beforehand. Then only it will do recruiting. But question hiring manager, I mean because the position is when you have the position or chat, you usually have a manager and then you can pull the information from there. But what about the recruiter, for example? Recruiter is also saying even that needs to be defined in position. Any data you need to get into requisition that needs to be present in position first. That data will be taken care by employee center person. That will be decided by the based on the company organization structure. They will be having their structure for this particular company. Here we have defined different objects, right? Different WCA entity and different job for different business unit. How they're going to define is that for this legal entity, for this business unit, this person will be the recruiter. What happens is when I am mapping my recruiter field from the job requisition to the recruiter from the position, what happens is the recruiter present from the position which will be copied to the job requisition recruiter. That's how the data comes. Basically, whatever the data is coming that will be present in position first, then only it gets copied. That's all. Thank you. Another thing you wanted to know is on the business rule, right? Business rule. There is no particular thing that we're going to define for it. It depends upon, based on your requirement, how you're going to do it. You are aware of how to create a business rule, right? Yes. You want to create a business rule, but a signing comes into 4 pitches. job requisition, job offer details, candidate and job application. You can tag your business or whatever you have created to these 4 things. But you have to keep in mind that business rule doesn't work. Job application right. Candidate file. Mobile file is enabled. You have to keep this in mind. You can use business rule, but business rule is not going to work. This is a limitation of success factor RCL. Question. What does it mean? Is like mobile applies enable. Mobile applies enable is nothing but when you can use a mobile to apply for a job. My question is, they won't work like even if I am in a computer working, or they won't work in the mobile. If you have enabled mobile upgrade in your system, RCM system, then the business rule doesn't work. You can tag it, but it's not going to work. You can tag it here, but it's not going to work. It's a limitation. In any platform. Whether it's a mobile, whether it's a computer, doesn't matter. Once you have enabled mobile upgrade, then business rule is not going to work in candidate profile and job application. That is a limitation of success factor RCL. You have to keep this in mind. How to tag a business rule that you are already aware of in this computer job acquisition. You need to select a particular template and then select the business rule. What is the business rule you want? And then, if you are applying for a field change, you can apply for a single field within the requisition. If you are applying for a whole template, then you can add it on a whole template. That's all. Just bear in mind this discussion is very important and many people will forget it. Even when you are implementing it, you have to take your time that this is a limitation. You have to keep it in mind. If any job application business rule, if any business rule you're adding into job application or candidate profile, it's not going to work if you enable mobile upgrade in your system. Question. I have written that. I have read that, for example, for job applications, when I would like to apply a rule for a pop-up message, it's only possible in the scenario for a change, something like that. Not sure. I mean, this depends upon scenario to scenario. You need to check on that because it's not that there is no high return rule that this rule will work or this will not work. It just depends upon. You just have to give a try on each of the business rules. Business rules are not robust in recruitment as it works in Employee Central or any other module. It's just that there is always a limitation. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.